Okay guys, so in today's lecture we are going to work with the frames. So how to create frames, different frames. As you can see on the page that this web page is divided into certain frames. Here we have first frame, second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth. Total 6 frames are there. It is more or less similar to the table, right? Like this is row, then second row, third row. This row is divided into 2 columns, again 2 rows. So this is the concept of the frames. Normally when we use such type of architecture, especially suppose here this section you want for the title, fixed title. Suppose in this section you want to show the like news or certain, suppose here you want to show some notifications, here some other updates. So in that type of cases you can use the frames, like how you want to divide your page in different sections. So let's see how to do this. I'm just deleting the code so I can show you that how to write the code to create the frames. So now right now we have a blank page, right? Now let's write the code. So very first start with the frame set and close the frame set tag. So this is the tag under which we'll create the different frames. But here do not forget to write that very first how you want to divide it. Suppose first I want to divide it into 2 rows. So rows is an attribute, and in double quotes mention how many rows or how much portion of this web page you want. So let's say that I want 50-50%, means half the section I want as rows. So okay, means 2 frames I need, right? So frame 1 and frame 2. So again frame is another tag. Now let's see what happens. So okay, so as you can see that this page is divided into 50%, 2 sections, right? 2 rows we have. Now let's again let's add one more row. We'll check what happens, right? Frame, I have added third, so it should show. Let's check. Okay, it is not showing. The reason is here I need to mention 3 sections, so comma and next, but 50% will not work. So let's say that I want a 25% of the first section, then let's say 45%, and middle I don't know that what should be the ratio, so just mention star. So it will automatically cover the third sections. Let's check. Okay, so now this page has been divided into 3 different rows, 3 different frames. The similar way, let's say that instead of the rows, if I write calls, that is for the columns, then what will happen? Of course, yes, it will be column, right? So this way you can divide your page. Also you can divide this particular column or the row. For example, let's say I want this second section, middle column I want in 2 different sections, or the 2 partitions I want, means instead of this here I want another frames. So in that case what you need to do, frame set and close the frame set, means what, that this is your first column, this is your last column, and this is your middle column, right? And this middle column, in this middle column you want 2 rows, and this should be, let's say again 50% and 50%. Okay, and of course we need 2 frames, right? So simply write the frame. So now what will happen, guys? See, this is your main section, that is columns, means my page is divided into 3 columns. This is first column, second column and the third column. But second column again divided into 2 rows, 50-50%, right? So now let's check what happens. So okay, so see here you have the different partitions, right? Different partitions. So similar way you can go nested. We know what is nested, right? So this way you can do this. Let's say that the third column you want, again like more frames you want, right, sections you want, then in case Control C and Control P, let's say I want 4 25%, 25%, let's say 25%, 25%, and okay, means I want 4 rows. In the third column I want 4 rows, 25%, 25%. So let's check. Okay, it is showing only one, then 25%, 25%, 25%. So it is okay. The reason is I need to write 4 frames, right, because here we have only 2, 3 and 4. So now I have 4 frames and each frame is of 25%. Okay, see. So this is the way that you can structure your web page. You can construct your web page at very beginning level. In next lecture we will see that how to put the different contents in each frames. Suppose you want to call some other website, suppose I want to call Google in this section, then how can we do that? That we will see in the next lecture. So for today's only this, that how to create the frames.